he can help you become more in love. Okay, can we do that? Yes, we can. So tell us everything. Tell us how it is that we're supposed to stay in love with each other, and tell us who you are from the beginning.
Okay, well, first of all, my name is Dr. B. Pope, and a lot of people call me the relationship coach, all right? Now, my real name is Burrell Theophilus Pope III, all right? So now I have a tagline. That's why it's Dr. B. Pope, because people have a hard time remembering Theophilus, all right?
Okay.
But I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, and I moved to Atlanta in 91 to go to school and fell in love and been down here ever since. I mean, I love Atlanta. I especially love Athens, Georgia, because my wife is from Athens, Georgia.
Oh,
so
really?
I moved down here and married me a Georgia peach.
Yes, you did.
All right, in Athens, Georgia, all right, you know, with all her Athens swag, and I end up loving the community. I come up here all the time to visit her family, and it's just a great place, and I'm so honored just to be able to have this opportunity to be able to talk to listeners about relationships, and that's what I'm about. I believe that everything that we have around us, it involves some type of relationship, and it's not necessarily a relationship with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, but relationships are on the job, relationships with our kids, relationships with our family members. I mean, relationships are all around us, and that's what I do. I try to help people to be more engaged or equip people with the tools to have successful, meaningful, and positive relationships.
Oh my, did he say a mouthful about Dr. Pope, I just couldn't get it out. I was trying to say, did he say a mouthful? Okay. Yes, you did. So in transforming relationship, talk about that a little bit.
Well, pretty much I really believe that relationships, okay, when we talk about transforming, I love the word transforming, because when you talk about transforming, it involves some kind of change or evolution. I mean, I like to compare it to a butterfly. You know, a butterfly starts off as a caterpillar, but guess what? Over time, it transforms into a beautiful, lovely butterfly. Now, is that process easy? No, it's not. It's a difficult process, but when it happens, that butterfly blooms and blossoms. And that's how it is with relationships, because so oftentimes what happens when we grow up, guess what? We become what we see over time, okay? Put it like this. Let's say if my wife, she grew up in a household where her mother was talking all the time, that was great communication. So when she gets married, guess what? 90% of the time, she will be that way. But let's say I grew up in a household where there was no communication at all, but we had all kind of stuff going on. Guess what? More than likely, I would turn out that way because of my past experience, all right? So what I try to do, I try to blend those two together to help people understand that it's not that you don't know how to have a great relationship, but sometimes we just don't know how to, because we've never had anyone to teach us. We've never had anyone who challenged us, or we never had anyone that was able to take the time out to mentor us on relationships. And that's where I come in, because I really do believe that we all need checkup. I mean, we take our car to the mechanic to get a 40,000-mile checkup, get that oil changed, but when it comes to relationships, sometimes we just spin around, and basically what happens, we're building the same house because we're using the same old bricks instead of learning just how to think differently and love ourselves. So when we go to that new relationship, our whole mindset and our thought process could be totally different.
Wow. So I guess I need to go ahead and make my first appointment. But for sure, every week here in Athens, Georgia, on WXAG, tell us the first date.
Well, the first day is March 3rd. March 3rd, my wife's birthday, actually. I mean, I'm fired up about that. So next week, I'll be on from 2 to 2:30 talking about real relationship talk with Dr. B. Pope. That's the title of my show, and I'm excited about it because I'm here just to help us to navigate this thing that we call life, all right? So the show is going to be all about all types of relationships. So don't get pigeonholed just who think it's going to be about love, love, love all the time. But it is love, but not just maybe loving just that person you're with, but loving your family, loving your kids, loving your co-workers. I mean, that's what we're going to be talking about. And the first show is going to be the myths about relationships, which I'm loving. We're going to talk about the relationship myths on Sunday. But then after that, we're going to start digging a little deeper. We're going to start talking about trust. All right, one of those things that all relationships need to have. But you know, a lot of times, that trust can be violated. So we're going to be talking about those things, but on the whole, it's going to be very positive, but also very insightful and also encouraging, because sometimes we don't have the tools, but also helping people to understand that, hey, we're all in this thing together, because nobody is perfect. But what my show is going to do is hopefully give people a little hope, that you can embrace some of these teachings so you can grow from it. Because we're all going to have conflict. We're all going to make mistakes. But the key is learning how to deal with it so you can get yourself up and move forward so you can keep on being positive. And that's what it's about. So I'm looking so forward to the show, Miss Lady B.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Look, I understand now. I might be stepping out too far. But not only do you talk on the radio, but sometimes you have those workshops.
Yes, ma'am. I do relationship workshops, and also I'm a motivational speaker. And also, like I said, I'm all about relationships. So I work with couples, I work with singles, but also I work with kids. A lot of my history is in education. I've been a principal before, so I've worked with adults as old as 60, 70 years old to adults, so kids young as 4 or 5 years old, and everybody in between. So I think that's the benefit of it, because I see things from all kind of perspectives, and God has allowed me to work in these different areas so I can be able to help people. But I do seminars, webinars, and also church conferences. I love doing those. Talking to the brothers and sisters about the benefits of having positive relationships.
So here we have in Athens, Georgia, starting off on March 3rd. I just got to say this, Dr. Poe.
Yes, ma'am.
How about Dr. Phil?
Okay. Hey.
This is Dr. Phil.
Those are some big shoes. Hey, but I'm willing and ready to step up, because I think all of us, we can all get a little encouragement when it comes to building meaningful, sustainable relationships.
Okay, we're going to take a little final commercial break, and we're going to come back, give us some final comments, and our next guest will be up next. Okay, thank you so much for being here with us. Don't forget, March the 3rd.
March the 3rd.
Is the launching for Transforming Couples.
Real Relationship Talk with Dr. B. Pope.
Real Relationship.
Yes, and the website is transformingcouples.com.
Special advocates is involved.
Oh, wow, that is so awesome. I tell you, when I learned that you was going to be here, I said, okay. Stole him from Atlanta.
Hey, yes.
So on every Sunday evening?
Sunday from 2 to 2:30. Yes, ma'am. We're going to be rocking and rolling, talking about all types of relationships.